Hello, my name is Meryle Holland. I'm from Tuliptoppers. Now, some of you will probably know me, and you will know about the love affair I've had for many years with self-adhesive paper. My designs are done on self-adhesive paper, and ever since I got my first Xyron machine, I have tried to do everything that I can on self-adhesive sticky paper. Now, I've moved on. I'm sort of quite well known for the triple embossing and doing things like that, but I've now been playing, as we all do. Not only do I love doing crafting and the self-adhesive, I just love making a mess as well. So today I'm going to show you how to make a mess, not difficult, how to use different things, how to do a different take on triple embossing, and in the process, on some or two of the videos, we're going to throw in mica flakes, mica powder, all sorts of different things, stamping, just basically having fun. So the first thing I'm going to try and show you today is, I've got some samples here that I've just done. Now this is, you may think that this has had 3 or 4 ways of doing it. This is all done on one layer, and it's all done with self-adhesive paper. I haven't used any ink. I have used mica flakes, mica powder, different types of embossing powder, and a stamp. And the only ink that I've used was to actually ink the stamps. I haven't used anything else, but I'll show you how to do that. And another technique, and if you can see, I've used a die cut shape. This particular one I've cut from the Cricut machine. Now on this one I've done one of the techniques that I'm going to show you, but then I've managed to cut out the embossing, or the triple embossing, or whatever you call it, with the UT powder. I've done that through the Big Shot die cut machine. I've done the same with this one. I've sort of just done that with an embossing folder, done all the embossing onto a piece of self-adhesive paper, done the stamping, and then managed to run it all through the Big Shot machine. Again, it's quite a good way of doing it if you've got a Big Shot or a Cuttlebug. Same thing again here, different colours, different shapes, different sizes, and then on this one, and these are they only take a few minutes each, but again on this one I have done it all on one piece of paper. We've used, on this one we've used mica powder, on the outside I've used mica flakes, and on the inside again I've used all the embossing enamels of the different colours and then just stamped it. So if you're now ready to go, we're going to do this, and it's part of the Bling on a Budget series, and it's also my triple embossing revisited. So we're going to get going now. Right. First thing that we do is to take some self-adhesive paper. I try and use it with a different colour on the other side, and then I don't get myself in a muddle. So you take the self-adhesive paper. If you're going to die cut, don't throw that bit away. Put that on your plate. Now on this one I've cut some shapes out of the Sizzix, just frame shapes. You've probably got them if you've got the old Sizzix original sheets. Now on this one I'm putting the frame on. If you notice, I'm putting it the good side down, and on this one we've got the good side down and the sticky side up. Now it's the reverse, so there we go. Just pop that on there as the frame. There it goes, straight down, and stick it down. Then take the next bit of the frame, do exactly the same, the good side down, and then stick it back into where it's going to go. Now then, and because of the different mediums that we're going to use, I'm going to show you, I'm going to start in 3 layers, but you'll see, the first thing I'm going to do is, I'll use the gilding flakes, sorry, the mica flakes. So we just get the mica flakes, pop them over the outside. They're quite nice, these. Give it a nice gritty effect. This could be glitter, it could be mica powder, it could be gilding flakes, it could be anything that you want, because it's going to stick to the glue. You don't need to use any glue sticks, you don't need to use any glue pens with this, and you certainly don't need to use any ink. So then just rub it all in, just go everywhere where it's adhesive, and as you do with glitter or powder, work onto a piece of paper, because you're going to pop it back in and save the bits that you haven't used. There we go. I think the job's just about done now. Right, so pop that onto your mat. And then I have a little rolly, a brayer, not a soft one. And just roll it in. Slightly better than using your fingers. And you know you're going to get as much as you can on it then. Again. These are the boring bits, but it's worth waiting for. Right. I like to do it in real time. We could cut, but you can always fast forward. Right, there we go. Put that one down there now. Said, I like making a mess. Warned you. Right. Now we'll take this piece now, and remember, this is the backing paper. Now take the middle, and I'm working, you'll see why I'm going to work on the middle bit in a minute. Don't work on this next layer if you're going to use embossing powders. Just peel that off, throw that away, no good to you. Now this is sticky. So what I do here is I take a little bit of the clear. Now all these are ultra thick embossing powders. It's not the normal thin embossing powder. They're all the enamel ones, and they will give it a better effect. So just pop in. I always start with the clear. Just dab it on. It doesn't matter because you're going to layer it up as you go along. And none of this business of heating it from the bottom. It'll take you forever. But this is my way. As I say, I've been doing this for many, many years, and I like to think that, you know, I'm quite an expert at it. But it doesn't mean to say that I'm not open to new ideas or new tricks or learning new things, because I'm forever developing the techniques and doing something else with them. But wherever I go, whatever I do, I always come back to self-adhesive paper. Now you see that's just melting up now. Now pop a little bit more on. Now you can just throw it on. And we'll have a bit of red. And in this red I've mixed a few mica flakes and bits of black and all sorts of things. So it doesn't really matter where you're going here. You're building it up as much as you want to. So we'll put some colours in. Here we go. Put some green in. Put some blue. A bit of black. And distress it. Now these can be any that you've got. I mean, I'm only using the ones that I've actually got myself. I'll even have a bit of purple. So it's all melting in, and you don't need to go from the back, and you can go as thick as you like because it's stuck down. Right, now then, I'm just using a swirl stamp, and it's not on a wooden block, but it is mounted. If you're using a stamp, use a nice deep impression stamp. Right, now here we go. Just pop this on here, pop it down, and squidge it in. And if it squidges the wrong way, don't worry, just melt it again and redo it. That's fine. I won't say perfect because nothing's ever perfect. Right, now what we've got now, you can see, you think, well, that's a bit of a mess on the outside, but you can see what we've got there. You could colour these in with, you know, sort of your pro markers or whatever, but I quite like this. And again, there's a bubble on that one, you could always remelt it. Now, because you've now got another layer to take off, you can now take this bit off that's got messy. So again, using your knife and peeling off. You see why I love self-adhesive? It is so versatile. There we go. I did bled through a little bit there, but it doesn't matter. And again, I love my Big Shot. I love my die cut machines. They're so versatile. Now then, can you see? Now what we've got there is we've got that, but this is still sticky, so we can now do whatever we want with that. We could re-emboss it, we could put gilding flakes on, we could put mica flakes on, but I'm just going to do mica powder. And I'm going to use, in fact no, I'll use gilding flakes. And I'll use gold ones, just not the colour scheme, it's just to show you the different ways of doing it. So again, just a little bit. It's only going to stick where it's sticky. You just imagine the fun that you can have using your glitters, using your different embossing enamels, just using your different dyes, your different die cuts, your different shapes. Use your Cricut machine, use your craft robo, use your nestabilities. In fact, just get everything out and play with it and mess about with it. Right, take that off there. And somewhere I've got a little brush, but I just don't know where it is at the moment. So I'm just using a bit of makeup sponge. It's not what I would recommend you use, but I don't know where my little brush is. Right, that's sort of done. Let me just go. Oh, here we are, makeup, washing up sponge. And mica, sorry, the gilding flakes come in, well, I've got them in silver, silver, bronze, red gold, green gold, gold. So you can have a go with them, but as I say, it could be glitters, could be anything. You know, if you had a brush, you just take those bits off the edge. And there you are. Now you can just stick that onto your card, you know, cut it out, stick it onto your card or whatever you want to do. And if you wanted to, you could still actually stamp onto there. In fact, let's just show you what I mean. If you didn't like it like that and you just wanted to finish it off a little bit, there you go. Just so it takes the edge off. Then I could have probably used an archival black, but it doesn't matter. I'm just showing you what you can do. So, can you see? That's just using all the different colours. Now, you could do this 20 times and not ever repeat it, because like I say, you use mica powders, you can use different colours of mica powders, you can use gilding flakes, different colours, you can use lots and lots of different embossing enamels to give you different effects, you can use your glitters. In fact, you know, the choice is yours. But for altered art, collage work, or anything just on cards, then that's fine. And I just would suggest that you'd stick it down with the stronger double-sided adhesive or the foam roll, and it'll stay fine. There's no problem with it. So that's lesson number 1, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you're already rushing off to get some self-adhesive paper and get all your little pots out. Thank you very much.